All right, bowl season is here. Moving on to Tuesday afternoon, the 27th. First Responders Bowl in Dallas, Texas. We got Memphis taking on Utah State. Currently seeing the Tigers 7.5 point favorite in this spot, and totals in the 60s. Currently seeing that at 60.5. When you first look at this game, lots of advantages for the Tigers. Definitely the more explosive offense. I definitely think Seth Hennigan is the better quarterback in this matchup. And, this Memphis offense just finishes drives better than their counterparts in Utah State in this matchup. So lots to like about Memphis, laying a single-digit number here. My issue is there's one glaring weakness that this Memphis offense has that I just can't overlook, and that's within their offensive line. I mean, I think this has been a pretty weak unit all year. I actually think Seth Hennigan has done probably a better job of hiding that than most quarterbacks would. If you watch Memphis games, Hennigan's under a lot of pressure pretty routinely. If there's one thing this Utah State defense does well, they can get after the quarterback. They can get pressure. They've shown that playing against some physical O-lines in the Mountain West this year. So that's kind of a non-negotiable for me. I've seen way too many spots where a team's got a lot of advantages, but if you can't protect your quarterback, you can't really run your offense the way you want to. I've seen that too many times from Memphis this year. That's just something I can't overlook. With that being said, pretty unimpressive year for Utah State. I kind of mentioned defensively, they give up a lot of explosive plays over the top in that secondary. Not great against the run. Flipping over to the offense, though, they rank outside the top 100 in yards per play, so not a very explosive offense themselves. Their top running back, Alvin Tyler, over 1,000-yard rusher this year. He opted out to prepare for the NFL draft, so not at full strength either. I actually kind of like this Memphis defense. They do a pretty good job of limiting those big plays over the top in that secondary, but once again, just not very good in the trenches on that side of the ball. So that could allow Utah State to extend some drives unnecessarily. When I look at this game, for the simple reason of I don't trust their offensive line, can't be on Memphis, but do I really want to be on Utah State either? No. I'm not really looking at a side in this matchup. If I had to play this game, I'd probably play the under. There are a few things that are keeping me off that, though. Both these teams actually like to use pace to their advantage, so pace will be against us if you do play the under. B, Memphis this year in some of their easier games. I remember them playing North Texas earlier in the season, Arkansas State. They allowed some garbage time touchdowns, didn't really finish out those games the way you would have liked, but for different reasons, do think each of these defenses can get stops in this matchup. I'm not going to play it, but it's the only way I could play this game. I think there's a lot of better opportunities on the board here throughout the rest of the week.